I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone. Like, if you marry the wrong person, you can divorce them and move on with your life. You can undo a marriage. You can't undo a baby. Once you have a baby with somebody, they're stuck in your life forever. So, how is marriage the bigger commitment? And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, divorce is expensive and a baby isn't. Whatever you're going to pay for a divorce is not even going to come close to what you're going to pay taking care of a child for the next 18 years. Like, I just don't get it.
Hey gorgeous people, hey beautiful people, how are you all doing today? My name is Maria Davis and I'm back again with another interesting video. So there's a conversation going on TikTok and it requires, it's either you're supporting A or B and you have to like tell us why you're supporting A or B. And this is it. Do you think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a child with someone? Some people are saying marriage is a bigger commitment, while some are saying having a child with someone is the biggest commitment ever. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section. I'm going to roll some clips for you all, stitches from other people's opinion, and I'll come back and say my own opinion.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
It is shocking the amount of people who will actively be intimate with somebody they do not like and do not want to have children with. Let's just break this math down. The act of intimacy potentially will yield an offspring. If you are engaging in an act that has the outcome of yielding offspring with somebody you don't like and don't want to yield offspring with, the question we're asking is, why are you being intimate with them? And let me tell you people something. This thing about instant gratification, hey, will get you all in bad situations. It will get you all in bad situations. And again, do not assume because somebody desires you for intimacy that they desire you for other things. Just because they desire to be intimate with you doesn't mean they desire to put a ring on it or to even call you the mother of their child. And I'm going to address women now. You don't like this man. The thought of this man being the father to your children scares you. Yet you're there doing all types and manners of acts that could put you in a situation to carry this man's child that you clearly don't want to be the mother of. We're going to have to use common sense. Use your common sense. It's going to have to register. It's going to have to register because people are freely having children with people they don't like, but yet the commitment of marriage is something people don't want to do. Instant gratification will get a lot of you in problems. It's going to get a lot of you in trouble. Think about it. Simmer down and think about it. Okay? Thanks.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with.
No, because when it comes to our generation and our view on marriage and having, like, this rattles my brain. I got so much heat for getting married at 19. Like, I get it, whatever, I'm a Christian and I was waiting to marriage. But, like, I was willing to make this commitment because I was so sure about this man without sex even being on the table. Because I had known him for years and we had a strong, like, friendship foundation. And when I made this decision, like, people, like, acquaintances and then people on the internet and then people that just keep eyes on you without actually being friends with you were like, oh my gosh, like, they're getting married, like this and that. And these same people are having sex with strangers protected sometimes. Sometimes unprotected. Willing to risk being tied to this stranger for 18 years. And can we just take it a step further? It's so strange to me how some people date 6 months, 12 months. You let them know everything about you, and yet, no, we don't see each other's phones. No, I don't have their password. I can't look in their phone. You see how that's weird, right? You sleep next to this person at night, but you can't look into their phone? Wild. Marriage is a big deal. Marriage is a huge commitment. But yeah, I'll have his baby. Yeah, I'll have a kid with this woman.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
I'll be very honest, this is a topic that I've mentioned a few times and I still stick by it. I don't understand why people think that having a baby with someone is a bigger commitment than marriage. But I think I've got some answers. I think it's because in society, the man marries the woman. So therefore, you have to kind of almost wait as a woman for a man that loves you and wants to settle down and actually marry you, which is not always easy. Having a baby, however, has become a social aspect of a woman is in charge. Most women who may even be single, who are not yet married, are more in charge of that aspect of their life. They don't necessarily have to wait for a man to decide to marry them before they decide. So when the year comes, or when they get to the age where they feel like they want to progress in their life and have start a family, they no longer want to wait for a man to want to marry them before they basically then have children. So I feel like that is the main reason. That is, for me, what I think the main reason is because marriage lies in the hands of a man to want to actually settle down and marry you, a female, before you can have children, I guess, if you're waiting to have it the proper way. And that potentially may not necessarily happen at the time that you want it to be, because you may not have met the guy, you may still be single, past the timeline that society gives you. So I think, yeah, that's probably mainly the reason, but I still stick by it. I want people to understand and settle down and marry before they have children, because ultimately there is a little bit more security in marriage than doing it outside of marriage.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
Because it is a bigger commitment, sis. That's the way our society has made it. It is so easy to wake up and abandon a woman you've impregnated, or abandon a child that you've brought into this world, whether the mother or the father, than it is to go and get a divorce. Getting a divorce can take years because it is a legally binding commitment. There is no legally binding commitment to parenting. You can literally either take your child, give them to the social services and say, I do not want to parent, hand them over to relatives. It's so easy to get out of parenting, but it is not easy to get out of legally binding contract, because parents are not legally forced to parent. That's where the problem is. That's why some people will impregnate you to trap you but won't marry you and commit to you.
So for me, I feel like marriage, when it comes to when you're getting married to someone, yes, it's a very big commitment. And it's easy to leave marriage after you've done the whole divorce thing. You and the person might not even have contact with each other again. You cannot be talking to the person again. Nobody's talking to anybody again. After the divorce has been finalized, you've gotten your own part, your share. Like you guys are already gone your separate ways. You can decide not to have any communication with anybody, with the person again for the rest of your life. But when you have a child with someone, I feel like having a child with someone is the biggest commitment, because when you have a child with someone, I feel like your life is already tied with that child, with that person, because of that child. At least like 18 years. Because when you have a child with someone, even if you have a child with someone during marriage or outside marriage, you know that the child has to have communication with the father one way or the other, or the child as a father too, you want to also have a communication with your child before they grow old and they can make their decisions themselves. So let's assume that you and this person that you have a child with, you don't have a very good relationship, but because you have a child involved, you still tend to meet each other one way or the other because of that child involved. So that commitment is still going to be there. It's still going to last way longer, even when the relationship is dead. So I feel like having a child together is the biggest commitment for me. And there was someone that said that women tend to have child with men because they are in control of the fact that they have the child, and also men, they want to marry you because they know that they will be in control of you. So everybody's like, okay, some women can decide to have a child with you even without you getting married to them, because they know that they are in control, they're in charge. They can have you and call you, oh yeah, your child this, your child that, and they know that you're going to respond for a responsible. I'm talking about responsible parents, responsible father this time around. So it still boils down to, I still think that having a child with someone is the greatest commitment you can have. In fact, it's like a lifelong commitment. You cannot just decide that you're not going to communicate with somebody anymore because you have a child with the person. And when you think about the child and be like, you know, child's like, where's my mom, where's my dad, you know, you still have to visit, and you know, they still have to have that relationship till they're old enough to like decide on what they will do, you know. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much what I think. I want to know what you all think about this particular topic down in the comment section. Kindly make your opinion respectfully down in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you all, and thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And of course, I'm going to see you all in my next video. Bye.